Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm gonna show you all the details of the new Peugeot 208. I have the key here. As you can see, when you unlock the car, you're greeted with this very cool daytime running LEDs. And this is not a normal Peugeot 208, this is the special version. It's a fully electric one, codenamed e-208. And as you can see, it actually looks very similar to the standard model, so the petrol or diesel version. There are actually a few differences. So the first one, let's start with the design itself. On the front you have a new grille. Now you see this, you have the blue elements on the grille because they are in the same color as the body of the car. So this car is finished in this lovely VERTIGO Blue Metallic color, and then the grille, this finishes on the grille are in the same color as the body of the car on electric version. Another new feature is the new badge with this green elements here to make it a bit cooler, and to tell you that this is the electric one. So speaking about the motor, it is the electric motor with 136 horsepower, 8.1 seconds to reach 100. There will be a point of view drive of this thing, so stay tuned for that. And LED lights do come as standard, so those are the standard lights. This is also standard on the electric version, so that's new, because on the regular ones you do need to go for the second trim in order to get this. Speaking about the trims, this is the second trim here, so this is the Allure Trim, and then you have the GT line and GT above that, and on those you have a bit better LEDs, so they have a nicer signature, and I would go for the GT line trim if you ask me. And then here on the side, pretty much the same as the standard version. So we do have the wheel arches in gloss black, and good thing is that this is standard on electric one. Wheels are 16-inch gray ones on this particular model. If you go for the base trim, you do get steel wheels, so that's not so cool, but yeah, it is what it is. Then moving on, car is 4 meters and 5 centimeters long. Here you can see the E badge on the C-pillar, so that is how you know that it's an electric version. We also have, okay, I do need to unlock the car, of course, in order to access the charging point. And speaking about the charging, up to 100 kilowatts on the fast charger, of course. And well, yeah, then we are coming at the back of the car, and here you are greeted with the beautiful 3D LED lights. And actually, let me lock the car and unlock it again so that you see this cool animation. Look at this. You are greeted with this blinking 3D LED lights, very cool feature. You get this with the Allure Trim, which is this trim that you see here in front of you. They are connected with this gloss black part, so this is always in gloss black, makes the car appear even wider than it is. And I think the bright color, and for example this blue, suits very well with this gloss black, so I think you should go for brighter colors. And then also here you do have the new badge as well, and as well as the lettering here, so the e-208. Of course, since this is the fully electric car, it does not have the exhaust whatsoever, so that's cool. And now it is time to check out the trunk, and surprisingly they managed to get the same trunk as the standard version, so 311 liters, square shape, so pretty good. Of course, you can fold the seats and then you get the extra storage space. And here are your cables for the charging. You can put them in this lovely Peugeot bag. And well, yeah, that's about it. And I do need to tell you that the suspension is a bit stiffer on this car. It's still very comfortable, but it needs to be stiffer because the car is, has more weight actually. So 1.5 ton actually, because of the batteries and everything. The batteries are of course beneath the rear bench. You have the same amount of space as on the standard versions. And I don't know if you can see it, but the underbody of the car is pretty flat to make it more aerodynamic. And there are also 17-inch aerodynamic wheels available with the GT line trim. So let me go once again do a walk around here. Tell me in the comments, how do you like the design of this thing? I think it is very cool car. And speaking about the range, 340 kilometers is the range with the WLTP standard. In reality, around 310 kilometers. That's pretty good, I think, for an average buyer of electric cars in Europe, for example. And then let me open the car for you and let's check out the interior. It is a very modern, futuristic, and a very cool one, unique one, because you don't see this in any other, models from other brands. So you see this only in new Peugeot models. Let's start with the door panels. You do have this imitation of carbon fiber, and then this gloss black, which turns into greenish one here. Looks very nice. And then this is actually very good. It's a leather with this, once again, green stitching. Door pockets are solid. You don't have degridding on these side skirts, but you do have very nice seats. So the same pattern as the one on the doors. You have the combination of this sort of like a leather and cloth. Then in front of the driver there is a very small steering wheel, and without further ado, let's actually jump inside. Okay, and a bit of a different view for you so that you see the whole interior. We do have this small steering wheel as well as the digital cockpit. You start the car by pressing this, and let's actually press it and turn it on, of course in silence because it's a fully electric car. We are now in park, and let's actually go back to the classic view. So this small steering wheel is the case of love it or hate it. I really love it. It's easy, to steer with it, and feels very good in hand actually. Then you have a very interesting design of the air vents, as well as this fake carbon fiber pattern. This is the optional screen, 10-inch screen, a big one. And then this is the 3D cockpit. This is also part of the Allure Trim. So this is standard on Allure Trim. And then this is the option 10-inch screen with the 3D shape of the navigation. And let me also cover some other features here for you. So the air vents are located underneath the screen. You have this panel here. For example, this is the music shortcut. This is for your AC, and yes, you do need to change the AC on this switches, so that's not the best choice if you ask me, but okay, it is what it is. Here are your car settings, and then you can configure the different things on this screen. A telephone, of course, you can connect your phone with the Bluetooth, but as well as the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And you also have the My Peugeot app, where you can configure the charging, see how much the car has charged, or stuff like that. Moving on, we do have this energy flow button. Here's where you see all the things that you need to see in terms of the electric power, electric system. So batteries are here, and then the engine is here, and you see the flow of the energy. Also, you can actually see how much of battery we still have left here. And another way to figure out how much battery you have left is here. But what I don't like is the fact that you don't have the exact percentage. You only have this sort of like the fuel gauge, something like that. But on fuel gauge, this seems okay. But when you have the battery, you want percentage, so that does not make any sense for me. Moving on, this is very cool because here you have a big space for your phone. It's also a wireless charger, and here are your USB-C and USB ports. I would love them to be illuminated during the night. They are not. Huge storage space is here, as well as the 12-volt power outlet. And then this is the spaceship look-alike gear lever. I'm a huge fan of this. It's very easy to use, so you need to press this and go to drive, neutral, reverse, and then this is to go back into park. This is in gloss black. I'm not a huge fan of that material because it could get scratches easily. Electronic parking brake, and this is the switch for your driving modes. So when you change the driving modes, you change, of course, the power output on the car. So normal, eco, and sport. In sport mode, of course, if you want full, potential of the car, and the car has potential because 8.1 seconds is the time from 0 to 100. So that's really good. And then these are your cup holders. They are not adjustable. And then this is the storage space. So yeah, decent amount of space in here as well. Let me also show you the glove box. So pretty nice, pretty decent. And well, yeah, that's about it. And let's now cover the new infotainment system. So this is well known from other Peugeot models. It is okay. You actually have this, let's say, hidden shortcut. So when you press the screen with 3 fingers, you go back to this sort of like the main menu, and then you configure various things in front of you. For example, let's go to navigation, and navigation is okay. It's really solid. It's pretty responsive. I do love this 3D shape of the buildings. It's very well made, and you can see this in night point of view drive, which is probably already on the channel. You can watch that out and you will see how cool this look during the night. And then let's go back to the main menu. Radio stations, of course, you can have them here. You have the list of stations. So yeah, that's all pretty easy. Back to the main menu, climate controls. Air blower is adjusted here, but you can also actually do this. So when you press this,
to begin, say a command after the tone.
Increase temperature.
Temperature changed.
You see now it increased the temperature, so that's the way to go if you don't want to bother with the screens and with the touch buttons and stuff like that. Back to the main menu, phone, I'm not gonna go through that. Applications, of course, if you have your My Peugeot app installed, then you can use that. And you have a bunch of stuff here, so parking, headlights, you can configure those out. I'm only gonna show you this safety systems. So this car has the active safety brake, speed recommendation, driver attention warning, and traffic sign recognition. You can turn it on or off depending on what you want. And yeah, also some driving functions are here, such as the traction control and the parking sensors. Let's go back. So those were the main features here. You also have the shortcut here for some of the options, such as the instrument panel personalization, screen configuration, system settings, language, stuff like that. So all can be adjusted and accessed here, and this is always on, as well as this. So those two buttons are always here, as well as the button for the AC when you turn it on, of course. So you see now we have it here. And yeah, well, when you get used to it, it is easy, but at the first can be a bit tricky to change all those functions. There are some physical buttons for the AC to turn it off. AC max blow. Okay, that was too much. But yeah, you get the point. These are your hazard lights, and they have very cool sound, and they are located in here. Lock, unlock button, defrost of the front and rear windshield. So that's pretty much it when we talk about the infotainment system. And then here in front of us there is a digital cockpit, and it's a very cool one. You can have a bunch of views depending on what you like. So for example, personal view, you have your consumption here, and then the energy flow is cool because you see the same thing that we saw here. You can have it here in front of you. Moving on, dials. So this is the classic view with the dials that we had on the standard models, but makes more sense on standard models because you have the rev counter, which here does not make that sense on electric car. Then the driving. This is where you can see the driver assistance systems. And yeah, well, let me also show you the navigation, which is my favorite. And now we come to this one. So it is a very cool one, especially during the night and when you drive next to lovely buildings. Then you have the 3D shape. So yeah, you change those views by just scrolling here, and it is very easy to use that. And you have the volume button in here, as well as the list of stations. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it. Tell me in the comments, how do you like it? We also have classic sunshades here, as well as two lights. So that's it. Let's check out the space at the rear bench. And this is the view at the rear bench. Of course, the same pattern follows here with the green stitching. Then this is some hard plastic, which is standard on models like this at the back. And yeah, well, let's check out the space, and I will now enter here. So I could just fit here. So of course I'm 1.87 m, so you can't expect to have much space here, but this is okay. I could even manage a smaller road trip. Additional features, of course, some storage space in here, as well as two USB-A ports, storage space. And then here, unfortunately, we don't have the armrest in the middle, but you do have the beautiful view on the front. And it is really starting to rain, so let's hurry up and check out the motor actually. So the electric motor, which is here. And there we go, in its full glory, the electric motor with 136 horsepower and 260 newton meters of torque. 8.1 seconds is the time to reach 100. Top speed is limited to 150 kilometers. So of course this car will feel the best in the city. You also have the 50 kilowatt hour battery, which gets 8-year warranty, so no worries whatsoever in terms of that. So tell me in the comments, what do you think about this electric version? You also have, of course, petrol and diesel engines available, but now let's close the hood. And with this rain, which just started, it is time to say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to the channel in order to see more car reviews and more car videos. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about this new Peugeot e-208? Would you buy this one, or would you go for the petrol or diesel version? Tell me in the comments. Do subscribe. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.